Hey everyone, Kyle once again, and welcome back to the movie review for the last day for Halloween month, and happy Halloween to everybody. Get your candy, whatever. So, I want to end this on a good note after reviewing after shitty film, taking a toll on me. So, but I want to end it on a good note, and this Halloween on a good note, and a film that I enjoyed, and it was what a great crossover this was, and of course, especially with some reviewing a Halloween one without reviewing a good old Scooby-Doo movie. So yeah, and I thought it was a really great they did a crossover with this, and it's straight out of nowhere. Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog, and I say I enjoyed this. I enjoyed with Scooby-Doo and the gang, me with Courage, and with Muriel and Eustace. I enjoyed Scooby-Doo meet Courage. That was a really great crossover between being two classic cartoon dogs. For you know how much I love Scooby-Doo growing up, and I also love Courage the Cowardly Dog. I'm surprised it hasn't taken all this time for them to do a crossover, which I never thought they would have though. But yeah. Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog. I enjoyed it. There was a really great crossover. So majority of the Scooby-Doo gang, the voice cast of the Scooby Gang, of course, Frank Welker as Scooby and Fred. Matthew Lillard once again voicing as Shaggy. And for the same ones that have been doing Daphne and Velma for some time as well. And the same voice. Oh, I forget the guy who does the voice for Courage. He Marty Grabstein. Yeah, Marty Grabstein as Courage. He comes back as voicing Courage, and Thea White as Muriel. Sadly, though, this is the last time she voices Muriel because, sadly, though, Thea White, she passed away earlier this year, back in July. During surgery, because she had due to like liver cancer or something like that. So it's sad that she passed away, but she gave one last performance as voicing as Muriel, as she has been for the rest of the whole Courage, the whole series of Courage the Cowardly Dog. So it was nice to see one last time for hear Thea White voicing as Muriel. So yeah. So yeah, Thea White, rest in peace, because she was really good as voicing as Muriel. Eustace! Courage! Oh, what a good boy. Good dog, Courage. Yeah. It's sad. But in this movie, it shows a gang arresting a guy, catching a guy robbing a bank, right? Dressed as a clown. Scooby get some weird noises. Hear some weird noises. Makes him move all weird. He runs off, and then the rest of the gang they drive off, and they end up in nowhere, in Kansas. Yeah, the fictional town of Nowhere in Kansas, where they meet with Courage at Courage's farmhouse. Courage is experiencing the same thing, and that is where our two dogs meet, Courage and Scooby-Doo. And then they see these giants, these bugs called cicada. They pop out of the ground. The gang arrives, scare them off, and as we meet with Muriel and Eustace. And it's not the same guy. It's not the same guy who voices Eustace. Jeff Bergman voices Eustace this time. Because in Courage the Cowardly Dog, throughout the 4 seasons, the first half of the season, like the first two, between the first 2 seasons of Courage was voiced by one actor, and then the other guy, the first season 3 and 4 was voiced by a different actor. But sadly, both of them had passed away at this time, so they got a different actor, Jeff Bergman, to voice Eustace in this, which he does fine. Almost a good, decent interpretation of Eustace. Of course, I would expect him, say "stupid dogs." Of course, he does the classic, that mask of scaring Courage, right? Booga 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 booga. Even does the same thing with Scooby and Shaggy, which that was cool. That was nice. And of course, him being the grumpy old man that he is, so that's still nice that for the character, still same for the character for Eustace. So they're wondering why all these cicadas are so huge, and invite them to dinner, and it Muriel tells some riddles. Like as smart as Velma she is, she doesn't know how to solve riddles. So that's kind of, that is pretty funny. And then eventually they see the cicada queen, and they just wonder what's going on. Why are these giant bugs attacking? And then they get invited to meet the mayor of nowhere, and Muriel's like, we have a mayor, and Yusu's like, well, I didn't vote for him. So they go. They take the cars. Like Scooby takes the car. Like Hughes Scooby and Courage go in Hughes' truck, but the cicada queen is there, driving. Hughes gets left behind, but by the time when the whole entire car chase is done, like Hughes catches up just like that. He catches up just like that. Like they're just get this car chase where they're driving on Hughes' truck. It goes off a cliff, and by the time Hughes gets there, like he gets there in an instant. He's like, my truck, and then Shaggy's like, well, maybe it's not that bad. And then it blows up, and he's like, ooh. Well, it wouldn't be the first time they lost the truck, so. But then they get to the mayor's place, and then. And they said because Houston was there, who was going to go there for the free food. So it was Shaggy and Scooby, of course, how greedy he is. Then Velma, Fred, and Daphne and Muriel, they have this. Like the mayor's place has this museum of the history of nowhere, and you see all these Easter eggs from past episodes of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Like you see the statue of cats, LeQuack, even that giant sperm whale, alien sperm whale. There was one episode where it was in space, and there was this alien squid mother who came to Earth to tend for her eggs. There was a giant alien sperm whale that the male squid was protecting the female. You see that, or you see the slab. Oh wow, this is the slab. From Return the Slab or Suffer My Curse. We see the tablet in that. We see the space chicken's ray gun. Even pictures. Or Cousin Fred's barber razor, very naughty. And it was cool to see all these references from all the past episodes of Courage the Cowardly Dog. Even when there was pictures like the three-headed space chicken, like the son of the space chicken, right? The three-headed ones. Or there was a picture, if you look carefully, like in an episode of Courage where Courage opens a door and thinking, oh, you think it's just a girl playing a violin, right? But when it turns around, it goes, ah. Like you see that picture, you have to look really closely though. So yeah, you get all these fun Easter eggs from past episodes of Courage the Cowardly Dog, which was nice to see, especially the slab, Return the slab. Me and my brother love the episode. That's our favorite episode. He's just like, what's your offer? That's 3 plagues. You're out of ammo, mister. Aw, come on. I love that episode of Courage. So it was cool to see that, all these things, like I said, the Space Chicken's ray gun, or when they watch a video monitor do you see that our reporter as well does the intro, we interrupt this broadcast to bring you Courage, the Cowardly Dog. You see that reporter on this TV giving the history of it. They mentioned, like I said, cats and LeQuack. So that was cool as well. And then Courage, Scooby, and Shaggy, they get chased by the cicada queen and the little army of cicadas. They pretend to be exterminators, and they dress the queen one in an outfit, pest control. And then they end up basically, one thing to know, they end up underground. They see water's dripping up. And they find this machinery that's been broadcasting the signal, how it's been affecting the dogs. but it has also been, you see this machinery, it's also like dialing numbers, and we see people answering phones that become like hypnotized, and then also those people that are hypnotized, they start bringing a whole bunch of fortunes to the farmhouse. Like Houston's been seeing all these bars of gold, cash, diamonds, all kinds of money. And of course, Houston's being as greedy as he is, he goes, "Oh, I'm rich! I'm rich!" And then he starts singing a song that how he rich is. He's like, out of Compton, straight out of Compton. Yeah. Reference of that, straight out of Compton. He starts singing a song on that. Out of Compton. or, no. Out of nowhere, sorry. Out of nowhere. That's what it's called, yeah, because the title, Straight Out of Nowhere. But your friends but I keep confusing with Straight Outta Compton, I guess. But yeah, it's out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Yeah, that was my mistake on that. Scooby, Shaggy, and Courage, they fall, they break the machine, but the things, they stopped it though. But then the whole cause of it is basically there's this meteor that crash landed a long time ago. It's directly underneath the farmhouse. This is meteor that supposedly killed the dinosaurs, as the museum thing was talking about. It basically has a magnetic graviton field. Like basically everybody's floating and causes different things, and they get chased by the Skater Queen. They want the passing back and forth with the meteor, and you get that song that's playing. What was that song that was playing? If you look me, na 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 na. Hold on a second here. Yeah, I should have probably looked this up before everything. But I do both apologies. My dad's on the phone laughing. So if you hear that, it was a song that was playing in the trailer, but it was in here. I forget what the song was though. But when they listen to they get chased, and they end up back outside in the cornfield, and of course Scooby Shaggy, "Oh, we don't go that way." And even Muriel offers a courage snack. You know Scooby snacks? Well, she offers a courage snack. A little jar of cookies with Courage's face on there. A courage snack. And ultimately, when there was they fight for the meteor. Like the giant cicada queen, it grows huge, and even same with Courage. Like he finds his courage, and gets brave. Fights the cicada queen, makes himself bigger, fighting it. And one thing leads to another. That when it gets defeated, like they trap it, of course, and they find out that first they reveal that it's the mayor. Who it really is? It's the mayor. But the thing is, though, it's not really the mayor. That's just a costume of the mayor. Which when the reveal was, I was like, wow, that brought a smile to my face. I'm like, the real culprits, because the mayor was just a costume. It was Cats and LaQuack. I'm like, oh wow, and of course introducing themselves. With Cats, that voice he has, like, I'm Cats, genius and mastermind. I'm LaQuack, a master thief. It was really cool to see. I know they mentioned. I know the cube. I forgot to mention the computer. They mentioned the computer, how to stop this, right? Of course, because Courage still has that old computer, so when they plug in with that tablet that has Velma's voice on it, they're both talking. Oh, we like each other, this and that. They're both like watching. It was nice to see. Of course, I knew that Courage had to get help from that computer again. Because throughout the whole series, when he always needs some advice for help, he always goes to the computer for advice or what needs to be helped, what needs to be done. And so it was nice to see that. It was nice to see he was asking help from the computer again. But anyway, I was going back to saying it was nice to see really who really was. It was actually the villains that Courage was, his adversaries. You say he's faced in the past in the series, especially Cats and LaQuack. So it was really cool. It was really cool that they were the actual culprits. But the reason why they wanted to do it is because they wanted the meteor, because they wanted to get rich, basically. That's what they hypnotized all those people to make themselves get rich. and I like the fact that like they tried to like Velma, Fred, and Daphne. They tried to unmask cats because they never seen a person like this before. Because they're in nowhere, where most of the people in nowhere are these humanoid beings or other creatures, right? So they never seen a person like this before. So they try to unmask cats, saying there's actually a person. Or Velma saying about LaQuack, like, oh, how'd you get that duck puppet to work? So yeah, they never met people like these before. So they think, oh, they're just puppets or people in masks. So that was kind of funny too. And then also there was like a general, which I thought was the same character we've seen and also in the series of Courage as well. Like he's like a short guy, big white mustache, who's been posing as other different jobs. So yeah, so he's posing himself as other characters in the show. Like he's a short guy with a big white mustache. I remember that guy. From the series. A lot of time you see his eyes though, because a lot of times in the shows of Courage, you don't see his eyes. You see his face right with the big white mustache. So it was cool to see him. He had a lieutenant. They were posing as a maid and the butler of the mayor. So because they were having their suspicions on Cats and LaQuack. So they got all the money, returned it back, and the meteor as well. But instead, they make some dancing, so they decided to use that meteor as a disco ball to start making everybody dance and everything. So, and Courage, Muriel saying to Courage, you're a good dog and you're very brave. Same with Scooby-Doo and everybody else. So, it was nice. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention more Easter eggs. Not to mention the stuff that was in the museum, but we got to see during the opening credits. Not only we saw other creatures, we saw the villain. We saw not only we saw villains from Scooby-Doo like the Green Ghost, the Creeper, the Spooky Space Kook, right, etc. Right. We also see other creatures from the past of Courage, like the giant foot fungus. When Eustace had that foot fungus, and it became like that one big purple foot, talking all gangsters. Gangsters. Yeah. See. Yeah. We saw that. We saw a cousin Fred, and that's the one-eyed red sea serpent, like the space chicken, cats, all the other different creatures we've seen, like the killer eggplants and all that stuff. All the creatures we've previously seen throughout the whole show of Courage, and not to mention, like I said, the villains also from Scooby-Doo as well. So that was really cool to see. So it was just a really great this was a really great crossover. I think. Of all the direct-to-video Scooby-Doo movies, I think this is definitely one of my favorites because it was really great. They brought these characters together: Courage, Muriel, Eustace, and Scooby and the Gang. It was really a really good crossover. I'm glad they did this. So as far as the direct-to-video Scooby-Doo movies go, I really enjoyed this. I really do. I think it was one of the very better ones. And of course, like I said, the voice cast once again, like Matthew Lillard as Shaggy, Frank Welker as Fred and Scooby, Griffin was who voiced Daphne, Kate Micucci as Velma, as Matthew Lillard as Chorus as Shaggy, as good as usual. Marty Grabstein once again voices it good as Courage. Jeff Bergman as Eustace, he was good. He was pretty good, trying to do the same voice as the other guys did who voiced Eustace. And Thea White, may she rest in peace, as the last time voicing as Muriel, and of course, over the line that, what Kurt says, he always says in the show, "Oh, things I do for love, Muriel." So it was really cool. It was nice to hear those lines as well. Yeah, but Thea White, may she rest in peace. So she really, once again, last time voicing as Muriel, she did a good job. But I really enjoyed this one. I think this is one of the better direct-to-video Scooby-Doo movies, especially when they finally crossed over with Courage the Cowardly Dog. Since I've been a big fan of both shows, I love Scooby-Doo, I love Courage the Cowardly Dog. It was a really great they finally did a crossover for this, which I didn't expect they would do so. But yeah, because this is the Courage's on-screen appearance since Since what? Since the cancellation of... I believe this has been his appearance since the show ended. That was years ago, you know? The mid-2000s. So basically, I don't think, for all I know, he hasn't appeared ever since the show ended. I'm surprised it took him this long, you know? But anyway, it was great to see these two guys together. So I want to end here on Halloween on a good note, a good old Scooby-Doo, and a good mystery, especially with the crossover with a really good character from like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Courage has been the same as he is, same with Hughes being greedy is, and Muriel being the sweet lady as she is as well. So yeah, and seeing all the little references from the show of Courage, like the tablet, you know, Return the Slab, and like say cats. It was really good to see cats and the Quack, and the other references like I mentioned from the previous episodes of Courage. So that was really cool to see. So yeah, I thought it was a really great crossover. Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog, straight out of nowhere. Really great one. I really, as far as like I said, the direct-to-video ones go for Scooby-Doo, I enjoyed this. And especially for people who are fans of both these characters, it'd be a really good time. It would be a really good one. It really is. And it's only 78 minutes. It was a very short movie as well. So, but yeah, happy Halloween to everybody. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more videos to come. All right, later.